Hello, my name is Ben, and I am a famous pastor of a church. I'm not really famous, no. But I was part of a famous study when I was in seminary. In the study, they had some of us ministry students come together, and they asked us to come to deliver a sermon about the Good Samaritan. And we had this really short amount of time to do it. It was like, it was like an hour to prepare, and then we had to go across campus and deliver a 20-minute sermon in the lecture hall, a few buildings over. Anyways, we do it, and it goes well for the most part. The sermon went well anyways. Later, we found out that they had planted a homeless guy in the path between where we prepared the sermon and where we gave it. We walked right past this guy. We had to. And they found that very few seminary students stopped to help this guy. They were too busy. They were in too much of a hurry to go deliver a sermon about the Good Samaritan to help a homeless man. Which is ironic, right? I had shared that story with my congregation last year for the first sermon of the new year. It was about setting priorities and looking for what was important. And before you ask, by the way, I was one of the few who actually stopped to help this guy. I gave him $5, I think. Anyways, it's the new year, and I had found my list of resolutions from this past year. And I started thinking of that story. And this stuff is a list of stuff I didn't accomplish, really, or even come close to accomplishing. It was a year of wasted resolutions. Other things got in the way. Things that were outside of my control, right? But they got in the way. And I was looking at this list, which started out pretty good at the beginning of the year, but it got totally kiboshed in the dumpster fire that was this past year. And I'm looking at this list, and I'm thinking of that story that I told my congregation of the Good Samaritan in the study that I was in. I left out a detail, and I don't really talk about it much. I didn't tell it in my sermon. But you see, I knew the homeless man. I knew him. He wasn't homeless. He was an acting student who had transferred to the college across town, and they paid him, and they dressed him up, and they disguised him, and they had him out there begging. And actually, he lived across the hall from me, freshman year of college in the dorms. I saw him every day for a year, my freshman year of college. And later, when I walked past him on the street, I gave him $5, and I just kept walking. I didn't look at his face. I mean, he was disguised, but I didn't really look at him. I didn't say anything to him. I did my thing. I gave my pound of flesh. Off I went. I was busy, and that bothered me. It bothered me really bad. I didn't take a second to ask him if he was okay or what he needed, or even catch his name. I didn't even look at his face, because if I did, I probably would have clocked him if I really looked at him. I just gave a little bit of what was in my pocket. I checked that box for the day, and I kept walking. And it bothered me so bad, I went to my professor. He was an advisor, but a mentor of mine. And I just laid it out for him. All of it. All the guilt that I was feeling, and I said, what do I do with this? And he told me, you have a time problem. And I said, yeah, I know. Obviously, I was too busy. And he said, no. Do you know the difference between chronos time and kairos time in Greek? He says. Chronos time is what we're used to. It's this linear time. Right, it's 10 a.m. now, and so in an hour from now it's going to be 11 a.m. and then at 5:30 tonight we all go home. That's Chronos time, chronological order. It goes one direction. Kairos time is different. It means the right time, the critical, opportune moment when everything kind of congeals and comes together, right? When the time is right, in a sense. The ancients understood it. The Bible is full of this word. Right? It's how everybody but us Westerners understand the concept of time. You see, even though I was a giving guy, I was living in Chronos time. I had a place to be in a limited amount of time to get there. So no matter how compassionate I get or how resolved I am to be a giving guy, I'm stuck thinking of time as this one-directional, fast-moving thing I can't control. So I got to go with the flow. Kairos. Kairos is living in a state of mind that the hour or the day doesn't matter. And if you waited an entire lifetime to get just one Kairos moment, it would not be time wasted, because you are ready and willing for that moment to be right, and you live without worry for tomorrow, because who can control it anyways? That's what he told me. He told me, change your time zone. Become a Kairos thinker. It's hard to be a pastor who's trying to instill hope in people when the world seems to be caving in and your own personal world is one step away from hell. Everyone is so upset by what they missed, the things that were ripped from their lives that they don't get back, and all that time they felt was wasted, like a year gone. Everyone wants a do-over. But what if next year is bad? What if next year is worse? What am I supposed to say to people to help reconcile the mess? I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I don't know that there's much to say. So Kairos. That word just keeps coming back into my head. Like what if that guy, the actor who played the homeless man, what if he were really homeless? And that moment I had with him where I gave him $5 was Kairos, just a moment ripe for the picking. Did I really seize it? That would be Kairos thinking. Am I so wrapped up in an expectation of life, of how I think it ought to go? I lay out a sequence of goals and milestones, and that's my gauge in life, right? Whether I'm a righteous or good or worthy person, or if I'm winning. Goals are great, but what do you do when your life blows them all to pieces? Kairos. You just set your watch to Kairos. Pay attention. Maybe today is bad. Maybe it's not so bad in the end. When you look back in hindsight, maybe today's worries save you from tomorrow's woes. Maybe not. Who are we to say? So I don't know what to tell my congregation this year. Just Kairos. Kairos.